Hey, do you have any LED bulb at home that no longer works? Don't throw it away just yet because I'll show you how to turn it into a homemade soldering iron. Before we get started though, make sure to check it carefully. You need to confirm that the bulb is truly broken and no longer functional before moving on to the next steps. So, I finished checking, now let's get started. For the first step, we'll use a knife to pry off the plastic cover of the bulb. This will make it easier to access and work with the components inside. My goal is to use this broken LED bulb as the body and handle of a homemade soldering iron. For that reason, we'll remove the LED board inside. It serves no purpose in this project and takes up a significant amount of space inside the bulb housing. To make the assembly process easier, I'll drill a hole at the tip of the bulb's base. This will make it more convenient to install the remaining components in the next steps. Here I have prepared a basket full of old spark plugs. We will pick one of them and repurpose it as the soldering iron head, allowing it to connect to the soldering iron body while securely holding the soldering tip in place. The electrical wire I will be using for this project has a fairly simple construction. It is covered with an insulating plastic layer that helps protect the wire and prevent electrical leakage, while the inner core consists of many copper strands tightly twisted together. This design provides good electrical conductivity and allows the wire to flex repeatedly without breaking easily, making it a suitable choice for supplying power to this homemade soldering iron. One end of this electrical wire will be connected to the spark plug's ground electrode, creating a connection point to carry electrical current from the power source to the soldering assembly. Next, I also prepared a shorter piece of wire to short-circuit the threaded end and the threaded body of the spark plug. This method creates a lower resistance electrical path, allowing current to flow more easily and minimizing energy loss during operation. Using the lamp base that was drilled earlier, I will feed the electrical wire through the hole and then secure the threaded body of the spark plug in place, creating a solid connection between the soldering head and the body of the soldering iron. To make it easier for the remaining end of the wire to exit the body of the soldering iron, I will make a hole right at the center of the lamp cover, allowing the wire to pass through more easily and neatly. At the remaining end of this electrical wire, I will attach an alligator clip to provide a convenient connection point for the power source or other components during use. In most of the homemade soldering iron projects featured on my channel, I usually repurpose the metal core found inside an AA battery to make a custom soldering tip, as this material is easy to obtain, simple to work with, and well suited to a variety of soldering iron designs. With the homemade soldering tip now finished, I will install it onto the spark plug connector, forming a complete soldering head assembly and preparing it for the next stages of construction. The project does not stop here. I will also make another simple tool using just 3 basic materials: a piece of electrical wire and 2 alligator clips. One alligator clip will be attached to each end of the wire. Once completed, this tool will serve as a bridge between the power source and the workpiece being soldered, making the electrical connection more convenient during operation. Here I have a small battery. It will provide a suitable amount of power for this project, delivering enough energy for operation without placing excessive electrical load on the components in the circuit. Now it's time for the testing phase. I'll stay quiet and let you evaluate the performance of this soldering iron for yourselves. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think about the homemade soldering iron featured in this project. In my personal opinion, this homemade soldering iron has managed to do just about everything a soldering iron is supposed to do. It heats the tip, melts solder, creates solid solder joints, and has successfully passed all of the tests we have just carried out. What I find most satisfying is not necessarily how powerful it is, but the fact that so many items that would normally be considered junk, such as a burned-out light bulb, an old spark plug, and leftover pieces of wire, can be combined to create a tool that genuinely works. To me, that is one of the most rewarding parts of DIY projects. It is not always about building the perfect tool. Sometimes it is about discovering how far ordinary materials can go when viewed from a different perspective. As always, if you have any interesting ideas for improving this soldering iron, leave them in the comments below. Perhaps in a future video, we will once again turn a collection of old forgotten parts into something useful and unexpectedly impressive. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next DIY project.